Day 17. Giants were meant to fall. Then David said to the Philistine, "You come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." 1 Samuel 17, verse 45. The odds were overwhelming as the terrified men faced off against the Philistine army and its champion, Goliath. To the natural mind, they were no match for his size, strength, and sheer intimidation. Day after day, the army of Israel had gotten dressed for battle and lined up against their foes, yet no one intended to fight. Fear had taken hold of them all. It seemed like there was no hope, and all seemed lost. Then, one day, a young shepherd showed up with a different point of view. You see, he had already fought a lion and won. He had also fought a bear, and he won that too. It wasn't his vanity or pride speaking that day. Instead, it was experience and confidence. A young David said, "Your servant has struck down both lions and bears, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be like one of them, for he has defied the armies of the living God. The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine." 1 Samuel 17, verses 36 to 37. The faith of one young man saved a nation that day. Today, God is raising up a new generation of spiritual warriors who trust in God more than military strength. Giants may boast and rattle their weapons of war, but God has a people who have been prepared in the secret place. They are about to emerge. Goliath was not worried at all by David's sling and stone, but it was the last thing he saw before he was brought low. What may look like a weak weapon to the enemy is God's chosen method to bring down the boastful and strong. Will the Church of Taiwan have the same perspective as David, who believed that giants were meant to fall? The whole world may think that Taiwan can't defend itself against the overwhelming power that surrounds it. But what if the church began to exercise her faith on behalf of the entire nation? What if the faith of God's people began to arise out of the churches and over the entire island? What if it's not military strength that will clash against the opposition, but a testimony of spiritual strength that will win the day? These questions likely will be answered in the near future. Ways to pray. Pray for the church to be delivered from fear and intimidation. Pray for faith to rise as the church stands on God's promises and on testimonies of spiritual victory. Pray for the church to be confident in God rather than trust in man's strength. Pray this prayer with us. Father God, train me for spiritual battle like you trained David, so that I can stand confidently when it matters most. Teach me to be faithful in the small things, so that I may be faithful in larger things. Give the Church of Taiwan a testimony of spiritual victory that benefits the entire nation and delivers it from its enemies.